Hello everyone, and welcome to the Brickformula review of LEGO set 10218, the pet shop. It has 2032 pieces for ages 16 plus. Oh wait, really? 16 and up? Oh, that's great. It's okay now. Woohoo! It's from the Modular Building Series, and this set retails for $149.99. Now before I continue, I would like to give a shout out to Kwame016. Okay, he's a subscriber who requested that I review this set. So I want to say thank you, and maybe check out his channel. Now if you want to get a shout out, I put some guidelines right below my profile picture on my channel, so just check that out when you have the time. Okay, now moving forward, we can see that the dimensions of this set is 10 inches by 10, okay, and then 10.5 for the height. Alrighty, now just like most of the modular sets, the details are really nice. Okay, the railing, the roof, everything, it's just really cool. Okay, and there's a lot to appreciate with the architecture and everything. Okay, now on the side here we have the parts. I'll have a picture of those towards the end of the video. And here in the back we see some playability and features that are really neat, and we also see that this can combine with the other modular builds. How cool is that? And I'll talk about this set in more detail coming up. Here are the minifigures in order of appearance. First we have the young lady, who's really attractive looking. Okay, there we go. And there's the back, really nice details there. She has two other guys who are interested in her. Actually, let's go clean this time. Okay, this could be one big happy family. And here we have the brother, who is also a painter. Okay, there he is, pretty ordinary looking. I could have said that this is her secret boyfriend, but like I said, we'll go clean because we have the flowers and the birds. If you feel like throwing up, there's a toilet in that house, which I'll show you later on. Anyway, he does come with a really cool paint roller, which is cooler than him. Okay, that's pretty neat. Next we have the daughter, who is wearing purple pants and a hoodie. She just got a new bicycle, and now she wants some pets, making her one spoiled little never mind. Next we have the father, who's also the pet store owner. He's wearing a green sweater, some minor details here. Okay, if he's not the father, he's definitely a friend with benefits, because why own a pet when we can just play with the ones in the store? After all, you don't really want to clean up after their poop. You just want them because they're cute. Okay, but anyway, let's take a look at the set. First, we'll take a look at the ground floor of the townhouse, because you get to build this first, and it's pretty neat. Okay, here's the front. We have a mailbox with a letter inside. We have a door that opens like so. We got a doorbell. And I'm really amazed of how they built this part here. When you build it, you'll know what I mean. It's very impressive. Here on the side, we have these connectors here, which is what you use to connect to the other modular builds. Here in the back we have another door which can open like so. We have a garbage can, and we have doors to the cellar, okay, which is not much. You can't stand inside there, so I don't think anyone's going to be playing with that. And here's that side, another way to connect to other buildings. And inside, what you gotta love about these modular builds is that they have furniture. Okay, we have a hat rack, a table of flowers, we have a sofa, and over here is a trapdoor which you can open up like so, and you have access to the basement there. Okay, which is not much, like I said earlier. On this side, we have a phone, and we have a door to the bathroom, and there's a toilet. Okay, which is pretty cool. I just don't like the door because there are holes here. I understand it's probably for ventilation, okay, but still, I wouldn't want to go in there to do my thing. I mean, people could see, unless of course you live by yourself, right? But otherwise, it's really nice. Let's take a look at the second floor. Now here's the second floor, and what I don't like about it is that it's pretty empty. But I understand, because they're trying to paint the room, okay, because you have a paint can and a tray, and that's where you put the painter. Alright, and you just line up his paint roller with that white piece on the wall there, and it looks like he's painting, which is pretty cool. Alright, but as you can see, he just started, so he's got a long way to go. I still would have preferred furniture in this, but oh well. Here's the front, really nice details. None of the windows on the front here open, but over here there's really no windows anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, only a plastic pane over here, okay, but otherwise these are hollow here. There's that side. And here in the back, only this window can crack open, which is essential, especially when you're painting the house, okay, because it's going to smell really bad later on. Alright, and there we have it. It's very simple. And this connects to the first floor by these 4 studs over here. And there we go. Okay, pretty easy. Let's take a look at the third floor. Now the third floor is pretty interesting. It's just as empty as the second. Okay, you have the packages there, which as you can see they just moved in. Okay, there's the front. And over here, these windows can be pushed open, like so. And there we have it. And you can put our young lady on the balcony, like so. And that's when you say, "Don't jump, I'll marry you." Yeah, right, I'm married. So, guys, hint hint. Anyway, in the back we have a garden, which is really neat. Okay, I just don't like the railing. I think that's too short, but it's okay. All right, and there's the door. All right, and overall, this townhouse, I like it a lot. I mean, it's great. Okay, that's the roof. Nothing to it. It's just a chimney, and then you can connect this up here, and there we have it. Okay, and looking at it from the back side and all around. Okay, there we go. Very nicely done. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, let's take a look at the pet shop. Here is the first floor of the other building, which is a storefront where they sell pets. How nice. There's a ball here, 2 bones, and there's a door. And this doorway will lead upstairs to the residential area. Okay. On the side here we have more connectors where they hook up to other modular buildings. Here in the back we have a bucket with a comb and a rat, and there's a little mouse hole there. Let me take a closer look. You can barely see it, but there it is. We have an empty crate, and there's the door. More connectors. And then when you look on the inside, it's really cool. Very detailed. Okay, we can get a better look when you can pull the stairs this way. And now you can play with the dog, which is right there. We have a cat. And I really like this part over here. We have a fish tank with a goldfish inside. Okay, that's my favorite. Check it out. It's a goldfish in there doing life in prison for looking cute. Okay, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Notice how it was removed very easily. It's only held by one stud over there, which means that you can take this off and you can put it in your townhouse or the second floor, whatever you like. Okay, so that's pretty neat. We have 2 parrots. We have a cash register with 1 drawer with a $100 bill inside. And on the shelf here, it looks like we have a birdhouse and some other stuff. We have a toy frog. Okay, and there we go. Alright, pretty neat. Let's take a look at the second floor. Now, the second floor is a lot cooler than the one in the townhouse because this one's actually furnished. Okay, we have a nice little kitchen there. It's a stove, an oven, a sink, coffee maker. We have a table and a chair. Pretty neat. Alright, and there's the front. Okay. Also want to point out that the furniture is removable, so if you want, you can take these out and put it in the townhouse. Alright, and just keep this one vacant. Here in the back, we have windows that you can crack open, which is pretty handy in case you're burning something. Okay, you don't want the fire alarm to go off. And speaking of burning, we have a fireplace here. And there we go. Now, as I mentioned earlier, in the pet store, we have this doorway that goes up, and that'll take you to this door over here, which can barely open all the way. Okay, there we go. And there we have it. And this will go up on top of the pet store like so. There's 2 studs here, and it'll attach to this here and over here. And there we go. Pretty neat. Let's take a look at the third floor. And here on the third floor, it's very simple. Okay, all you get is a bed, a lamp, and a railing. And I just want to say it's really important that you have the railing there because, you know, I've had nightmares before and I've rolled out of bed. Can you imagine the railing's not there? And that's a long drop. So anyway, here's the front. There's no windows here, which is not good. I imagine if there were pigeons, that's where they would live, and it's going to be smelly. Pretty disgusting. There's the back. We have window panes here, so that's good. And as you can see, it's pretty simple. Alrighty. And now we have the roof with the skylight, and that goes on top like so. Okay. That's only attached by these 4 studs right here. Okay. Alrighty. And now we can put this on top of the pet store. Just like that. Okay. Very nice. Let's take a look at it all around now that it's all assembled. Okay, it's very nice. Now to put it all together. As you may have noticed earlier, these 2 buildings can come together by hooking it up here on the bottom, and there we go. It's pretty neat. And you can split it up by separating it over here, and there we go. And you can switch them around if you like. Okay, let me just be careful. I don't want to drop this building. And I don't want to knock out my camera either, or else there goes my future reviews, and that would not be good. Okay, and here we go. Beautiful, isn't it? Now, what I like about these modular buildings is that they can hook up to the other ones. But what makes this one unique is that even though you can split it up in half, alright, you can always put the pet shop on the other side of, say, for example, the fire brigade, which is this heavy thing right here. There we go. And now we can hook that up like this. And there we go. We have one big neighborhood. How awesome is that? Now, as far as recommendations go, okay, there's almost no reason not to get it. I mean, there's a lot to appreciate from these modular builds besides the details and the architecture. You just don't understand the gravity of it until you have it in front of you, okay, because you got the size and the weight, and it really stands out. It's a very impressive and amazing set. Okay, so the only reason not to get is really the price, but then again, it's 2,000 pieces for 150 bucks, which is well below the 10-cent a piece rule if you guys go by that. Even if the price bothers you, have you seen the first generation modular builds? They're going for like $1,000 to $2,000 on eBay and Amazon, so it's not bad, okay? And I definitely recommend it if you love city sets and towns, or just simply something amazing, okay, because this is definitely the set for you. Alright, and that sums up my review. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.